Thanks for staying on. This is Your View, Newsroom Africa, Channel 405. I am Thabo Mdluli. I'm in for JJ this evening. A cursory glance at the last 20 type of situation. They all will be addressing economic growth for job creation, increasing education, skills development, addressing unemployment, housing, inequality, poverty, and working to create a better life for all. Yet, all we see year in and year out, and especially during election time, right, are crocodile tears of those merciless politicians when they're trying to convince our poor relatives to vote for them. But deep down, they don't really care about the unbearable conditions poor South Africans are subjected to, right? Now, we've heard of the new dawn. And the question is, what is really new about it? But the same golden promises have been made, and they are being made, and they will continue to be made. They may not be the same shiny promises anymore, given that South Africa is at a precarious point in its 25 years of democracy. But a survey by Afrobarometer shows that South Africans generally believe their current economic conditions are bad. Not surprisingly, right? Most believe that the government is dealing with economic policy badly. More than 60% think that government's performance isn't satisfactory on this front, right? More worrying is that South Africans are increasingly becoming disillusioned with democracy because of the government's anorexic delivery on the promises they make for a better life for all. While the politicians continue to make the promises, its delivery remains elusive. Take the residents of Eerstefabriek, for example, following the floods, right? Many of them found themselves homeless, right? And they took refuge in the numerous disaster relief centers that were set up, the largest being that one in Mamelodi Baptist Church. Now, the overcrowded church has become a temporary home to 479 people. Tshwane Emergency Services said about 1,300 people were affected by the recent floods. The Premier of Gauteng goes to Mamelodi. He says there is an interim task team committee that would be organized and will organize new houses, right? He says in all these areas, we want them out of these community facilities before Christmas, as if he doesn't know that Christmas is only 2 weeks away, right, when he makes the promise. Because he says if they stay there longer, it creates new hazards, right? Saying we have children here, elderly people here. We don't want a situation where you create new problems. What is that? Promises. Listen to what he promises.
This is what's left of this informal settlement. Destruction and devastation. People's homes and belongings reduced to this. Some of the destitute returned to their homes to salvage the little they can. Others are counting the costs.
Most of my property are gone.
Yeah.
And also my car,
yeah.
There was a lot of water inside my car.
Community leaders say people scrambled to get out of the torrents.
This is a mess, and as you can see, all these shacks that you see here, they were not here originally.
Yeah.
They come from that side. They were moved by the floods all the way to this side, and then just behind is the river flowing all the way down there.
Sure.
And the sea rescue people came through to assist us, but some of them told us that they couldn't go into certain areas because they were too dangerous. So we had to take it upon ourselves to actually save our people. There were 2 women who were trapped in that shack with 2 kids. We had to tie a rope so that we can use it to guide us to go to them. We saved them and we brought them to dry land.
About 1,300 people have been left homeless by the heavy rain, which swept away hundreds of shacks. Most of them are here at the Mamelodi Baptist Church. Upon hearing that President Cyril Ramaphosa was to address them, some residents like Itumeleng Mabale only wanted to hear one thing.
What we want to hear from him is, we want him to say, here is the place, guys, it's safe here, I'm going to give you everything.
While Ramaphosa did not make it here, Gauteng Premier David Makhura made this promise.
People have been affected by a disaster. We must assist them. In all these areas, we want them out of these community facilities before Christmas. Because if they stay there longer, it creates new hazards. We have children here. We have elderly people. We don't want that situation.
This is something that Mabale welcomed.
It's fine the way he's speaking, because we're gonna have places to stay, and we're no more gonna go back there by that place, and our family is gonna grow up nicely and gonna be on a nice position.
Are you happy?
Yeah, now I'm happy.
But the idea of relocation doesn't sit well with others.
My main concern is, okay, it's already a community out there of people. Like, children have been brought up there. They've already aligned their lives there. They go to schools here. So, if they were to relocate those people, I'm also part of those people.
Yeah.
If they were to relocate us here and take us to a further place than where our life is evolved around, how will that work for us?
The committee appointed to look into the relocation of the residents will meet Thursday and provide a report to Makura on Friday. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Malungelo Boy in Mamelodi.
Malungelo Boy, they're reporting for us in Mamelodi. Okay, so 3 emergency centers have been established for all affected families, namely the Mamelodi Baptist Church, Stanza Bupape Community Center, and Naumapias, right? Of course, the Premier saying, I urge all affected families to be patient and work with the Gauteng province as we normalize the situation. Communities are disgruntled, right? Residents of Mamelodi say they were not satisfied with the promises made by the Gauteng local government to relocate them after their area was hit by floods. One man says the Premier fails to outline how the task team will provide them with houses, right? Saying, yeah, I heard him speak. I thought to myself, he is going in circles. Right now, people are registering for stands, but they are saying they don't know where to place us. Now, I'd like to know where these stands would come. One woman says she would have to return to the disaster-hit area with her 2-month-old child, right? Residents say they would remain at the Mamelodi Baptist Church until government could find a permanent housing solution. That's one area. Alinda Mnisi was in Kliptown. This is what happened there.
Living life on the edge with the hope that things don't get worse. As the rain comes pouring down, streams continue to swell. But this is nothing new for residents. But why hasn't anything been done to alleviate these appalling conditions that threaten the lives of the people living here? Residents live in fear because they've experienced hardships when torrential rain falls. These little ones are dressed in rain boots to help navigate through the muddy shacks.
Khona umntana mshona number 2 years iminyaka emibili idlulile khona umntana kwami awahamba namanzi ofunyana hambe namanzi ethathwe ngalamanzi omfula nengozi ziyenzeka apha kule ndlela sikuyo njengoba sihleli kule ndawo hlala.
Fears of losing everything and being forced to start again is not a thought this community wants to entertain. And relief may not come soon enough as more rain is expected over the next few days.
Fears have now escalated as warnings of persistent rain throughout the week have been issued. They've seen many incidents that the only way to survive such heavy floods is to just sit and wait. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Lean Damnisi in Kliptown, Soweto.
You know, I worry. I really do. I worry about the people who are living in Kliptown. I worry about the people who are living in Mamelodi, that what's going to happen is more of the same. Promises, promises, promises that will eventually be broken. And for their sake, I hope it's not so. Because South Africans want to be inspired. Right? South Africans want to be excited about their future. They don't want to be presented with another bureaucratic checklist of targets and promises. Right? They want leaders who are going to put the needs of South Africans first. South Africans need visionary leadership, innovative policies designed to address the key challenges that are facing this country right now, as well, of course, as political will to get things done. Right now, they are sitting and waiting for a Christmas gift from the Premier, who said they will be moved to a better place before Christmas. They have not heard anything from the Premier up until this point, and Christmas is not too far away. So what we want to get today is from the Reverend Tembelani Gentile, who is housing these people of Mamelodi. What have they heard so far, and what is the plan? And if indeed there is a strategy that has been put in place to ensure that those many people who are housed in that church in Mamelodi will be better off in the next couple of days before they spend their Christmas still in that overcrowded church with the potential for disease, with the potential of kids also getting in harm's way. That is what we're going to talk about. And I'm hoping that we will also get a response today from the Gauteng government to say, what is it that is keeping you from delivery? Right? When you made the promise, you knew very well what are the policy hurdles that you're going to have to deal with, right? Are you more interested in your politics than you are in delivering for the people of Tshwane? We know what is happening in terms of you fighting for metros with your opposition, the opposition party, Democratic Alliance. Are you more interested in that fight, or are you more interested in ensuring that the people of Mamelodi get the houses or at least get accommodated in a permanent setup than where they are right now? You've made the promise. It's time for you to deliver. Broken promises. Today, we'll talk to that, and then we'll also have a conversation with Khomoso Phahlane, the former acting police commissioner, a frank conversation on what has actually happened in the last 2 years, where he's been. He says he's one of the senior lieutenant generals in terms of the police force, and he says, I'm sitting on the sidelines and I've got some solutions of what I can do as far as crime is concerned, and he wants to be back in the force. Of course, he's got those charges that he's got to deal with. He's got that suspension that he's got to deal with, and we'll get an understanding of that. You can give us a call, 010-594-5140. When your view continues here on Newsroom Africa, channel 405. Do stay with us. All right. Vuya Maga.
Timos.
Ukahle?
I can't complain, but no one listens.
Enkosi mhlekazi. Uthethele phezulu ne? Nuku.
No, that's fine.
Can you put that telephone line in the ear?